guys, welcome back to Any Sooner. As always, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family. We're always excited to have you guys. Hey, welcome back to Any Sooner. It's your boy JP. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. The channel's continuing to grow. We're going to continue to do great things. Got a lot in store for y'all. Hey, so for those of you who are Browns fans that have probably come to see this, here's what y'all need to know, okay? Listen, am I a Baker guy? Yeah, obviously, because I'm an OU guy, okay? I'm reasonable. I can see when he needs to be criticized when he hasn't played well, and I think we can say that this year for sure, undoubtedly. Here's the thing. Everybody's like, well, just because we're the Browns, the craziest take is that we just deserve average quarterback play, that we shouldn't try to get the best quarterback we could possibly get. And I hear that. But you know, finding a consistent quarterback is not easy. You should know that by now. And so instead of looking at Baker's the most consistent guy we've had, and can we at least give him another year? A lot of you are like, get rid of him now, because the 1 year you guys have a good defense finally, he hasn't shown up, despite the fact that he has a torn freaking labrum and his shoulder is broken. And I don't care what you say, it's affecting him. Why they think that that's a better option than Case Keenum, I don't know, but you need to ask your management, because clearly they think he's a better option than Case Keenum at this point. Is he hurting the team? Yeah, and he did against the Packers. He really did. Other games, I don't think it's been all on him. It's been a lot of different factors. Packers game was him. But everybody just wants to pile on Bake. Like, it's all on him. He's completely healthy, and he just is not that dude. Even though last year you sing his praises. And you're like, well, you know, the article came out that said, you know, the Browns are in a better position now than they had been in, I mean, really 15 years. And everybody's like, well, you're just saying we're basically this year the same place that we were before, missing the playoffs. I'm like, bro, you won your first playoff game in 35 years last year, and now y'all want to act like that didn't happen, and you want to act like Baker didn't take a 0-16 team the very next year with Hugh Jackson to 7-9. You want to act like that didn't happen, that he didn't get 7 wins his very next year, and the next year with a still okay roster and a coach that has really been described as one of the most incompetent coaches in NFL history, still won 7 games. Did he play terrible? Yeah, he did. But you know what? Most quarterbacks probably would under that kind of regime. Okay? Like, I just don't understand this narrative that Baker's not part of your success, because everybody's like, well, the team was built by Stefanski and Bear. Okay, yeah, last year, the third year, right? And then his first year was a good team, competent team. What did he do? Took him to the playoffs and won. Right, and everybody was saying, oh my gosh, he's played like a top 10 quarterback the last 9 weeks, which is why everybody's expectations were so sky high coming into this year. And then he performed in week 1 against the Chiefs. Did he throw an interception in the last drive? Yeah, but everybody was like, man, he got his foot clipped. He was trying to throw it away. All the Browns fans, everybody was like, man, Baker balled out. Then he gets his shoulder hurt in week 2 on an interception that wasn't even his fault. It was Anthony Schwartz's fault because he ran the wrong route. And then since then, Baker hasn't really played that well. He's had spurts, but he hasn't been his consistent self that they saw last year. But nobody wants to talk about that. And it's just something we should just throw out, apparently. And that's what I don't get. And if he shut it down in week 2, everybody's going to be like, this is supposed to be our Super Bowl season. Why'd you shut it down? And you probably still would have missed the playoffs. Because guess what? Baker's not the only one that's been hurt. Kareem's been hurt. Miles has been hurt. Jadavion's been hurt. The offensive line's been hurt / going through COVID. Jedrick Will's been hurt almost the whole year. So is Jack Conklin. And now they're going through COVID. And so you've had games stripped from you because of COVID, because things aren't consistent. But it's all on Bake, right? And he's just not your guy. And he doesn't get a 5th year. I hear it. I know he's been inconsistent, and I agree. But he should get a 5th year. And I think Barry and Stefanski are smart enough, and not like y'all, some of y'all, let me say, to just be like, oh my gosh, he's just average. Because last year you didn't say that. You did not say that. But now he's got a completely torn labrum in his non-throwing shoulder, and y'all like, oh, it's his non-throwing shoulder. It shouldn't affect him. It doesn't matter. It's just ridiculous. And again, has he made bad decisions at times? Yeah. And can we say that some of those decisions are based off of maybe not wanting to get hurt and not wanting to get hit? Sure, too. But at the same time, can you make those decisions, Bake? No, you can't. Okay? At the end of the day. And I think he knows that. But you know what? He's not the first quarterback to have a season where he takes a step back in his fourth year. There's other quarterbacks that have taken a step back in their eighth year before. I mean, like, it happens. But y'all were so hyped up on the mic for Super Bowl, and y'all think y'all roster is so complete when it's been depleted at times all year. And there's been moments where the offense has done more than enough to win 2 to 3 games this season, and the defense didn't show up, or the defense didn't show up in the end. And so when you look at that, wow, maybe we're sitting at 10-8, or excuse me, not 10-8. Maybe we're sitting at 10-5 going into the last stretch, right? Rather than 7-8. But it's on Bake, right? It's all on him. If you had an average quarterback, then this team would be leading the division. This team would be a Super Bowl Man, get out of here with that. Because Case Keenum should be an average quarterback, right? And they should have started him. So question your leadership. That's what I have to say about it. It's inconsistent. It doesn't make sense. The media is over here. Baker sucks. Baker's terrible. He's garbage. Last year they were praising him, especially at the end of the year. There's only been one dude who's really been consistent. That's Darren Orlovsky. He's shown what Baker can do and has done, but he's also calling him out for when he's made bad decisions and hasn't been playing well. And says, look, I do film study over Baker. This is not him. This is inconsistent. So which one is it? If y'all want to get rid of him, Browns fans, which, again, I don't think Barry Stefanski will, be my freaking guest. Be my guest, because he's going to go somewhere and tear it up. He's the best quarterback y'all have had through 4 years, ever. Statistically. I'm just throwing that out there. But if y'all want to be emotional and y'all want to jump on everybody else's bandwagon and y'all want to say that Baker's terrible and that with this roster you should yada, 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 fine. Because of one game, really. One game. The Packers game is fresh in everybody's mind. That's really the one game you can say he lost you this year. Himself, for 4 interceptions. And I'm fine. I'm fine being critical. Criticism is fine. But when you turn that into unreasonable takes and he's just a terrible quarterback and he's never going to be that guy, even though he literally won you a playoff game last year. That doesn't make sense to me, bro. So if y'all want to go back to cycling quarterbacks and trying to find somebody to be consistent again, thinking that the roster you currently have as constructed is as good as you say it is, because on paper it is, but you act like Baker's been the only one who hasn't shown up. That's a lie. Let's go back and look at the tape from the whole year. There's been position groups as a whole that haven't shown up, not just Baker. Offensively and defensively. But he's supposed to overcome that, right? He's supposed to be the guy that overcomes that. And listen, I hear that. If you want to hold him to that standard, fine. But that's not what you're saying. You're saying he's below average. An average quarterback does not overcome those circumstances. An above average quarterback really doesn't overcome those circumstances. You need an elite quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, like Aaron Rodgers, to overcome that type of stuff. And Baker's not that right now. I'll be honest. He's just not. I'm fine with saying that. I really am. That's obvious. Could he get there? I don't know. I truly don't. Drew Brees had terrible first 4 years, or okay first 4 years, and then he turned into Drew Brees. Baker Mayfield may not, but he's been on a consistent or a similar path. And so am I going to sit here and am I going to say that you should just give up on Baker? Absolutely not. I think that's asinine. And I think Barry and Stefanski probably feel the same way. Now, if they're looking for somebody to come in as a veteran backup that they can say, man, this guy is not too much of a drop-off from Bake in case he gets hurt or in case even healthy he starts to perform bad, okay. But when you have Case Keenum, why are you not letting him play? That's my question. Why are you not letting him play? So I think that y'all really just need to take a step back and see the whole picture. Baker, and this is my last point. It's been almost 10 minutes now. I didn't even plan on going this long. Baker's the reason Stefanski is even in Cleveland. You want to be real? Let's be real about it. Because you were 0-16. You were 1-15 the years before Baker came. Then you were 7-9. Then you were 7-9. Again, second year with disappointment because you had big expectations, but the roster wasn't really there. The third year, you actually get a decent roster. You're 11-5. You win a playoff game on the road at Pittsburgh, destroy them, and then you're that close to going to the AFC Championship game. Where honestly, a bad mistargeting call and a competent defense that can't stop Chad Henne away from going. Which is why you spent all your time on the defensive side of the ball, right, this offseason and not looking for a new quarterback. Oh, wow. And then you have this year where everybody's, oh, this is a Super Bowl roster, and the defense didn't really show up the first 5-6 weeks. And Baker got hurt week 2 and then had been inconsistent. And then Kareem Hunt gets hurt. And then Nick Chubb was hurt. And then offensive lineman was hurt, rotating, and then COVID hit. That's been the entire year, but nobody's talking about it. Nobody cares. It doesn't matter. Baker has to be the guy that overcomes all of it. Otherwise, he sucks. That's where it is. It's not, well, he's just an average or above average sometimes quarterback, and it kind of is what it is. It's been, he sucks. He's garbage. He's not good. How do you go from that to he's not good? Explain that to me. Yeah, okay. But y'all call him Baker defenders delusional. And some are. Like, some people will defend him to death and never criticize him. I'm not one of those guys. I'll criticize him, but I want you to be fair when you do it and look at the whole picture. Because everybody wants to just jump on him. And that's unreasonable. I think the same thing happened with Carson Wentz. But honestly, I think Carson Wentz was doing worse than Baker. I'm throwing it out there. So y'all do what y'all gonna do. Have a good week. But you Browns fans need to realize you wouldn't be in the position you're in right now if it wasn't for Baker, and that's a fact. Nobody was gonna come there if they didn't feel like they had a young quarterback that they could build around. That's a fact. So have fun. I would do anything, they make sure I'm not in line.